Hi, my friends. Yeah, it's really, really nice today, that's for sure. I haven't seen a day like this in a long time, especially during the summer, though. So, you are here to create, not to consume. I've been asking this question to myself for a while now because, I'm part of a generation where we used to produce things that were made to last up until a certain point. That hasn't happened in quite some time, though. Outside of cars, maybe, and not all cars. And the issue with this consumption mentality and this mass manufacturing of all kinds of useless garbage that exists out there today is the fact that I don't think people understand or realize truly that we live in a world, this earth, where the resources that we utilize to produce anything that's made out of solid matter that cannot be produced artificially, which is what is used to make most of whatever it is that we consume. Resources are finite, my friends. Resources are finite. So I don't know how long it's going to take for some of these mega corporations out there that thrive on mass producing all kinds of junk and things, you know, for these companies to realize that they can't keep going at this pace for eternity. That is not going to happen. It is completely unrealistic, not feasible, and not sustainable for these companies and corporations to expect to keep growing year after year in terms of revenue and all these things, right? Simply due to the fact that we live in an earth that has finite resources. So unless somebody figures out a way to recycle these resources indefinitely, which is not possible with everything. It may be possible for some things, but not everything. And even if it were to be possible to be done with everything, which perhaps it may be somewhere in a very distant future that we're far from getting there yet, this is an issue that no one is looking at. Everything that we consume is made out of materials, resources that are extracted from this planet. This planet does not run on infinite resources. So how is it that we're going to keep doing this for the foreseeable future? I think that give it another decade or two, And maybe I could be off here in my predictions, okay, but I think that within a decade or two, a lot of things are going to change. A lot of things are going to have to change because you just can't expect to be keep mass producing all of this garbage. There's no other way to put it. We consume way more than we need because we live in a society where people have been brainwashed and preconditioned to just consume, consume, consume. What kind of life is that? Stop for a minute and ask yourself that question. You come here, you grow up, you get a job, you work, you go home, you work, you go home. And then what do you do with that money? That exchange of energy that you get, you go out and you buy stuff. I guarantee you that 85% of the time you're going out and buying stuff, it's stuff you don't need. Outside of food, which is a necessary thing, for you to sustain your body, and certain types of energy like electricity and things like that that are necessary for you to, run a household and things like that. I just People are just producing things and people are buying things because everyone is lost and everybody doesn't know what to do with their lives. So they get these dopamine hits by buying all this stuff that they want or they feel they need. But I don't know if you notice, but those dopamine hits, they don't last very long. Because that stuff doesn't matter. It's a very quick thing and it doesn't have any lasting power whatsoever. Now, if you start creating real things from real inspiration, stuff that comes from the soul, comes from the heart, comes from creation, divinity itself. Now we're talking. That's what the world needs. That's what the world lacks desperately in every single possible way. So, my plea and advice to all of you that are listening and watching this right now is cut down on consuming and start creating. It's gonna make you feel a lot better about yourself overall. 100%. I guarantee it. And that's really all I wanted to talk about. I'm pretty sure plenty of people have talked about this somewhere out there. I know I'm not alone. I'm not the only one who thinks this way. So perhaps there is hope somewhere. But let's make it better for everybody. I love you all. With my mind, heart, and soul. I'll catch you all on the next one, my friends. Take care, everyone.